We are Team Rift. I am Jason Rauck. I am one of our designers. This is Chris Brough. He is our programmer. Matt Ide, our artist. And Grant Parker sadly cannot be with us. He's our last designer. This fedora is for him right here. Sadly, his father did pass away this last week, so there is a card that Sam Toe has, so be sure if you haven't signed that, please sign that, because she's over here. All right, so I guess we have best wishes for his family, so he'll be back tomorrow, so good luck for him. So this is his honor here, so all right. So, Sagittarii Run is our name. So, what is Sagittarii Run? Yes, there we go. All right, very good. All right, space. Anybody been to space? Anybody? Anyone? Go wide. So this is what I'm pretty sure this is what it looks like. I haven't been there myself. We'll see. But why don't we explore this? So there's lots about space that we don't really understand. So I guess that's the point of this presentation. So, that's space. Now, what is Sagittarii Run? Well, Sagittarii Run is set in the distant future, and the idea is that players are racing on the edge of asteroids in deep space. But that space is not necessarily as empty as it may seem. It's actually, what nearby to this racetrack is the black hole Sagittarii V4641. And because of that, anomalies have been created across the track that change the way the track is actually laid out as players move through different types of anomaly rifts. Now, so with the track laid out as such, players can also break through different obstacles when they enter a different rift, but ultimately it comes down to their ability to move through the space as effectively as possible and take advantage of this dimensionally shifting gameplay. In addition, this fantastical setting in deep space works well with the racing wheels to kind of create an ultimately immersive experience. So, it's time for some gameplay. However, with this gameplay, this is a very special task. Now, this special task requires a very special person. So, some say that Git once committed him. And his entire body's skin is made entirely of hand-painted textures. All we know is he is not the Stig, but he is the Stig's game development cousin. I don't think Stig likes Matt at the computer. Stig. Rob, Kyle. I will interrupt him. He'll just like to get out of here. Stick it to start song? I think that will. All right, ready to go? Rauck. We have racing in space, right? All right. Now, Sagittarii Run is a dimensional racer, as I explained before. So what happens, as you've been seeing, is that the racer, while they go into an alternate dimension, different parts of the track open up. The track moves around. Players can break through different rocks, different obstacles, and ultimately test their skills. And then we have it. All right, so you saw the gameplay. Now, to where we've come. We've started with this inspiration of wanting to explore dimensional space. We wanted to figure out exactly how far we could go with this. We knew we wanted to get these racing wheels in there, and we ended up deciding that this kind of space theme would be interesting because not only could we play off the player's imagination and the depths of space, but also we can really go into detail with the wheels and see how well they can work in the actual Unity environment. We're targeting primarily 6 to 15-year-olds. The idea is that these youth are interested in the driving experience, yet they're not able to drive. At the same time, that acts as the hook. Players, they see the racing wheels, like, oh, interesting, I can do that. I can get in there, I can try the drive. And then what keeps them is that the fantastical setting, the space theme, the idea that they can really go out on a limb and really get into this space that they will never, we'll see if this next generation can do it, but not necessarily be able to get into space, real space. And at the same time, because it's an arcade game, players can get in there, they can actually It's a low cash influence, so it's like $2, for instance, to play a game. They can get in there, they can play the game without having spent $60. So they're willing to try new opportunities and new games. At the same time, this fantastical setting had really strong art direction. Matt has done a great job with this in creating this alternate dimension where players can really see this vivid perspective and the high contrast colors that not only support the environment, but also kind of there is a distinguishing factor between both the man-made and the natural objects and the debris spewed across this environment. Feasibility and expertise. So we really wanted to create this because of the fact that both Grant and I have interest in level design. Matt is really strong in environmental art, and Chris was in his wherever he went, I don't know where he went on, where he had very strong abilities to really kind of adapt and optimize the systems and create a network that's really solid for the racing experience. Yet at the same time, it all harkens back to the idea that we all have an interest in cars, and we in the classic, this nostalgia that has built up from classic arcade games such as Cruisin' USA and San Francisco Rush and Hydro Thunder and all those. They have a special part in my childhood, and I really want to be able to share that with all of you, and that's something that's shared across our entire team. So, for next semester, we are looking for one producer, a car artist. We really want to go far with this. With the cars, we expect to get several more vehicles. We want to create this experience of a variety of different racers all racing through space. Now, with that, you also have this idea that this is not necessarily your everyday racer. This is your, this is more of the kind of adrenaline junkies, if you will. You're kind of the guys who just really want to get out there and enjoy the feeling of speed. So what they've done is that on these planets, they've really brought in, they've laid down this track they've awesome to use, and then take advantage of that to the track. And that's what we really are looking for with a car artist, somebody who's willing to get out there and be able to kind of push the envelope and explore different types of styles while using, kind of pulling them together on the same general theme. At the same time, Matt would really like an environment artist to help him out. We really want to go all out with this. So imagine one level with a wrecked derelict ship, another level with a giant kind of asteroid, in the middle, in the center. What about a big crater level? What about driving through asteroids? All this we really want to explore and push the envelope with. So we're looking for a very enthusiastic environmental artist for this project. And at the same time, a gameplay programmer. We really want to optimize these systems. We want to make sure the car feels exactly right. We want to make sure the players can move through the space just as we want them to. So somebody who would be interested in that, let us know. At the same time, we are willing and able to take on any additional help, so possibly an extra programmer if that is available. At the same time, designers, anybody who might be interested, we will be, we can take level design, we can take system design, or even general, anybody wanting to do QA, that would all be appreciated. So we'll willing to work with that. Because ultimately it comes down to creating these unique tracks that have back-end systems that support smooth networking, and at the same time, all ultimately creating this awe-inspiring environment. So altogether, we have our key concepts here. We have created this arcade racer that supports fast-paced competition, dimensionally shifting gameplay, and yet with at the same time a low barrier to entry that allows players to get in there, sit down behind these racing wheels, connect to the space with the skills that they might have applied through, they might have seen their parents driving around as youth. But then be able to actually perform those actions themselves in the space and ultimately immerse themselves in this environment that provides this great setting and fantastical atmosphere. So, with that, but yet all of that is of course not possible without our buddy the Stig. So, some say his thoughts outputs the console. And that he uses them to send his Christmas greeting cards. All we know is they call him the programmer. All right, so thank you very much. You guys are a great audience. Really appreciate it. Thank you.